So here the code of station number 2 is +1, -1, +1, -1. Okay. So here we can say that +1 into -1, -1, -1 into -1. So second will be +1. Okay. +1 into -3, it is -3, and -1 into +1, so it is -1. Okay. So -1 -1 is going to be cancelled, and again we have the same answer, that is -4. Station 4 will divide the answer with total number of stations. So our answer is -1. So it is bit 0. Okay. So station 2 is also sending 0 to the station number 4. Okay. Same way, suppose station 4 wants to listen station number 3. So station 4 will multiply the code of station number 3 with common data. Okay. So station 4 will multiply code of station 3 with common data. Station 3 નો કોડ કેટલો છે? તો +1 +1 -1 -1. Okay. So +1 into -1 -1, +1 into -1 -1, -1 into -3, so it will be +3, and -1 into +1, so -3. So -3 plus 3, so it is 0. Okay. 0 divided by total number of stations, so our answer is 0. 0 indicate that the station is silent. Okay. So station 2 is silent. Okay. The station 4 can know that station 2 is silent. Okay. So by that way, any station can know that you have some query. Okay. So how station 4 will know that message is for station 4 and not for other station? How code of every station is divided? Okay. How code of every station is decided, that we have the next PPT. Okay. That next slide that we will see. Okay. And the how station 4 will know that message is for station 4 and not for others. Okay. So this is the one simple protocol, but we require some modification. Okay. That modification is necessary when the station wants to know that this data is only for me. Okay. So just wait a minute. Again, we will go back to the PPT. Okay. So here we have the common data. So that's data from this data is the total sum of station 1 plus station 2 plus station 3 plus station 4. Okay. Now here there is one security breach. We can say one security breach, that station 3 can know that what the station 2 is sending. Suppose station 2 is sending to the station 4. Suppose station 2 wants to send something to station number 4. Okay. But still station number 3 can, using those common data, station 3 can find out that what station 2 is sending. Okay. So that is the problem of security. Okay. So this problem can be reduced by modifying the frame that has the values like the source address and destination address. Okay. That has the value like the source address and destination address. Okay. So before the getting the common data, first station 4 has to verify that what is the source address. Okay. So once the station 4 is knowing the source address, then and then it can apply the specific code. Okay. And one more disadvantage of this method is every station needs to store the code value of every other stations. બધા સ્ટેશન ને બીજા જેટલા બી સ્ટેશન છે બધાની કોડ વેલ્યુ ખબર હોવી જોઈએ. Then and then this method will be useful. Okay. So this method is only useful for the small network. This method is only useful for the small network in which we are specific about the source and destinations, and also we have the special database to all the devices that can store the code value of all other stations. Okay. So this is your first answer, that how the station 4 can verify that whether data is coming from only the station number 2. Okay. If we have not applied that method, then any station can know that બીજું જે station છે એ કયો data મોકલાવતું છે. Okay. Using this common data, any station can know સ્ટેશન 1 ને પણ ખબર પડે છે કે 2 શું મોકલાવે છે, 3 શું મોકલાવે છે, 4 શું મોકલાવે છે. 2 ને પણ ખબર પડે છે કે 1 શું મોકલાવે છે, 3 શું મોકલાવે છે, 4 શું મોકલાવે છે. અને 3 ને પણ ખબર પડે છે કે 1 શું મોકલાવે છે, 2 શું મોકલાવે છે, 4 શું મોકલાવે છે. Okay, so we have the common data. That data is collection of the data from all the devices. Okay, so all the devices can know that બીજો જેટલા બી સ્ટેશન છે આપણા નેટવર્કમાં એ કયો ડેટા મોકલાવે છે. ઓકે, so that's why we require that security mechanism in which first we need to verify whether that data is for the particular source. Then we can apply the CDMA method. And second thing is we need to store this code value of all the stations to the particular database. Okay, your second question is how we can know that what is the code value of all other stations. Okay, so how these code values are assigned. So for that we have one concept. This is known as the Walsh tables. Okay, so Walsh table, what is the meaning of Walsh table? So it is the one type of table that are specially designed for some mathematical calculations, and it has the properties that if we multiply the two rows, then our answer is 0. But if we multiply two same row, then our answer is total number of rows. Okay, so how this Walsh table is designed? So for that we require these two types of matrix. One is W1, that is singleton matrix. It has the value +1. And we have the W2n. So it is always a square matrix and whose values are Wn, Wn, Wn and Wn bar. Okay, so here W2n, that indicate that the Walsh tables are always designed by multiplication of 2. Okay, so for first one is W1. If you have the single station, then we have the W1. If you have the two stations, then we need to create the W2. So how W2 is created? W1, W1, W1 and W1 bar. Okay, then we can create the W4. Okay, so here the Walsh table is always a multiplication of 2. That we have a W1, W2, W4, W8, W16, W32, W64, like that. Okay, so we have given the W1. How we can create the W2? So W2 is W1, W1, W1 and W1 bar. Okay, so W1 is +1, +1, +1, W1 bar is -1. So this is our W2. Okay, suppose we have the two stations in the network. So this first row will be assigned to the station number 1 and the second row will be assigned to the station number 2. Okay, so station 1 નો કોડ બનશે આપણો +1 +1, station 2 નો કોડ બનશે આપણો +1 -1. Suppose we have more than two stations, then we need to create the W4. So how W4s are going to be created? W4 is going to be created W2, W2, W2 and W2 bar. W2 is +1, +1, +1, -1, +1, +1, +1, -1, +1, +1, +1, -1, and W2 bar is now -1. Okay, -1, -1 and +1. Okay, પ્લસ નું માઇનસ થઈ જાય, બાર કરી આપણે તો પ્લસ નું માઇનસ થઈ જાય અને માઇનસ નું પ્લસ થઈ જાય. ઓકે, સો ધીસ ફર્સ્ટ રો વિલ બી અસાઇન ટુ ધી સ્ટેશન નંબર 1. તો પહેલા સ્ટેશન માટે આપણો કોડ બનશે +1 +1 +1 +1. ઓકે, સો પહેલા સ્ટેશનનો કોડ હશે આપણો +1 +1 +1 +1. બીજાનો કોડ બનશે આપણો +1 -1 +1 -1 +1 -1 +1 -1. ત્રીજાનો હશે આપણો +1 +1 -1 -1. Okay, so here we have the +1 +1 -1 -1 અને ચોથાનો છે આપણો +1 -1 -1 +1. So +1 -1 -1 +1. Okay, so by that way we can create the code for total 4 number of stations. Okay, if you have the network in which the number of stations are more than 4, then you require the W8. So how you can create the W8? So W8 can be created by W4, W4, W4 and W4 bar. W4, W4, W4 and W4 bar. Okay, જો તમારા 8 કરતા વધારે હોય, then you need to create a W16. So W8, W8, W8 and W8 bar. Okay, So number of sequences in a watch table needs to be n equal to 2 raised to m. Okay, so that's why we have seen that number of stations, okay, or we can see the number of sequences in a watch table are always the multiple of 2, power of 2. Okay, so 2 raised to 0. Okay, so that is 1. 2 raised to 1, so 2 chip sequence. 2 raised to 2, that is we have the 4 chip sequence. 2 raised to 3, that we have the 8 chip sequence. Okay, so W8 માં આપણા total 8 chip sequence હશે, or we can say the total number of 8 different codes. Okay, so number of sequences in a watch table needs to be n equal to 2 raised to n. And m value will be start from 0, 1, 2. Okay. Find the chips for a network with 2 stations and 4 stations. Okay. So 2 stations है, so that's why we require the W2. Okay. So base station है तो code बन से अपना +1 +1 +1 -1. Okay. 4 station, then we have the 4 code, first code, second code, third code, and fourth code. Okay. What is the number of sequences if we have a 90 stations in our network? Okay, if we have 90 stations in our network, then we require, okay, so we require W4 is not sufficient, W8 is not sufficient, W16 is not sufficient. Okay, W32 is not sufficient, W64 is also not sufficient. We require the W128. We require the W128. The W128, we have the total 128 chip sequence. The W128, we have the total 128 chip sequence. But તમારા નેટવર્કમાં જો ખાલી તમારા 90 સ્ટેશન જ છે તો જે પહેલા 90 છે, ઓકે, ફર્સ્ટ 90 છે, that will be assigned to the 90 different stations. Okay, so it is not like that કે તમારા સ્ટેશનમાં 90 સ્ટેશન છે તો તમારે W90 generate કરવું પડે. Okay, we cannot generate W90. We can always generate W128. તમારો watch table હંમેશા 2:2 ના ફોર્મમાં જનરેટ થાય. So that's why we can generate W128. એમાંથી first 90 we can use, remaining can't be used. Okay. Okay. Prove that a receiving station can get the data sent by a specific sender if it multiplies the entire data on the channel by the sender's chip code and then divides it by the number of stations. Okay, so this thing we have done. Okay, by example, this thing we have done, that we need to multiply the common data with sender's chip sequence, or we can the sender's code sequence, and then whatever answer is there, that we need to divide by the total number of stations. Okay. So by generalization, we can say that the common data on the channel is D1 into C1 plus D2 into C2 plus D3 into C3 plus D4 into C4. Okay. Now we need to suppose station 4 has sent the data to the station number 4. Okay, suppose station 1 has sent the data to the station number 4, and station 4 wants to know that what the station 1 has sent. Okay, so what the station 4 has to do, the common data set that should be multiplied with the code sequence of station number 1. Okay, so station 1 no code કેટલો છે? તો station 1 no code છે આપણો C1. Okay, so if C1 is multiplied with this common data, so D1 into C1 into C1 plus D2 into C2 into C1 plus D3 into C3 into C1 plus D4 into C4 into C1. Okay, so when we have started our chip sequence, or when we have started our code, I have given you two conditions, that this code has two properties, that if two similar codes are multiplied, then it will give you the total number of stations, and if two different codes are multiplied, then it will give you the answer 0. Okay, so here we can say that C1 into C1, that is equal to the total number of stations. So here the number of stations are n, so D1 into n. C2 into C1 is 0, so that's why D2 into 0. C3 into C1 is 0, that's why D3 into 0, and C4 into C1 is 0, that's why D4 into 0. So that's why our answer is D1 into N. And we have given that this answer should be divided by total number of stations. So D1 into N divided by N, and તમારા ઉડી જશે અને final answer આવશે તમારો D1. Okay, so your final answer is D1. That indicate that this is our data of station number 1. Okay, so you can prove this thing that if any station wants to know the data of particular station, okay, suppose koi sender no data apne janvo hoy, then we need to multiply that common data with core sequence of that station, sending station. So it will give you the data into total number of stations, and when we divided our answer with the total number of stations, when we can get our data. Okay, when, so by that way we can get the data that is sent by the sender. Okay. Okay. So I think our this module is completed. Okay. So this is our the last topic of this module number 4. Okay. So we have started with the multiple access protocol. 3 categories are there: random access, control access, and channelization protocol. In the random access, we have seen the Aloha. It can be pure Aloha, slotted Aloha. It can be pure Aloha, slotted Aloha. Then we have started with the CSMA. In the CSMA, we have seen the 3 persistent methods. That is the one persistent, non-persistent, and P persistent. And then we have started with the CSMA CD, carrier sense multiple access collision detection. And finally, we have seen the CSMA CA, carrier sense multiple access collision avoidance. Okay. Then in the control access protocol, we have seen the 3 methods. These are known as the reservation, polling, and token passing. And in the channelization protocol, we have seen the 3 methods, that is FDMA, TDMA, and CDMA. Okay. So this is all about the multiple access protocols. So by that way, we are ending our data link layer. Okay. So up till now, we have completed the physical layer, and in the data link layer. In the data link layer, we have seen the 4 responsibilities. First one was error control, in which we have seen the error detection and error correction methods. Then we have seen the addressing mechanism, in which we have seen that how the hop-to-hop delivery is going to be work. And we have seen the syntax of MAC address. And there is a protocol called ARP. So ARP is useful for finding the MAC address of the devices. Okay, so that practical also we have seen in the lab. Okay, so how ARP can be useful to find out the MAC address of the devices. Okay, this is about the addressing. The third duty is flow control. For the flow control, we have the various protocols like the simplex, stop, and wait. Okay, so we have seen these 2 protocols. Simplex is for noiseless channel, while stop and wait ARQ is for noisy channels. This is about the flow control. Then the fourth duty is access control. Okay, so for the access control, we have the whole module, that is our module number 4. And for that, we have seen the various protocols. Okay, so we have completed with total, we can say that 3, 4 and 3, 7. Okay, so total we have the 10 different protocols for the multiple access. Okay, so depending on the various applications, okay, the various protocols are going to be used. The general criteria is using the random access protocol, in which CSMA CA followed by CSMA CD. But we have the different types of LAN configurations are also possible, in which we can either use the token passing or CDMA. Okay, so depending on the various application, depending on the various network, we can have a different types of multiple access protocols. Okay? This is all about the module number 4. Okay, so we will conduct the quiz of this module 4 on this. I think it's not possible on. Okay. Okay, I will inform you later that on which day there is a quiz of module number 4. Okay. One important announcement is tomorrow I have a lecture at 9:15. Okay, 9:15 મારો lecture છે, but due to the admission duty, I need to go to the Surat. Okay, so for that it is not possible to conduct tomorrow's lecture. Okay, so that lecture I will conduct on the Saturday at 10 o'clock. Okay, Saturday 10 o'clock કઈ છે તમારું કે નથી? Okay, so I think CR contact me, and if there is something at 10 o'clock, okay, then inform me. Otherwise we have a lecture at 10 o'clock on this Saturday. Okay, so tomorrow's lecture at 9:15 will be scheduled at 10 o'clock on this Saturday. Okay, so bus. Okay, so that's it. In doubt or then you can ask. Okay, otherwise it's already 1:40, so it's not feasible to start the module number 5. Okay, we will start the module number 5. Network layer is very much interesting module, and also it is the, we can say, આપણું જે આખું સબ્જેક્ટ છે એનું જે કંઈ પણ છે that is all about the network layer. Okay, so that we will start from the next lecture. Okay, so the maximum percentage is given to the module, this module number 5, that is network layer. Okay, so if તમને ખાલી પાસ જ થવું હોય તો module number 5 is best. Okay, ખાલી network layer આવડી જાય, then you can know the 50% of the network. Okay, so that we will start from the next lecture. Okay, so just wait a minute, I will take your screenshot, then you can leave. But if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, in doubt way, then you can ask. Okay, so I have taken your screenshot. You can leave now. C badge stay here. C badge stay here. Others can leave. અને બીજા કોઈને કઈ doubt હોય, those also can stay here and ask a doubt. Okay. C badge stay here. We will start our lab in 2 minutes. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I have uploaded your assignment number 10. So it is about the ARP. The full form of ARP is Address Resolution Protocol. So ARP શાના માટે યુઝ થાય? તો ઘણાએ સપોઝ કમાન્ડ પ્રોમ્પ્ટમાં તમે કોઈ વાર ટાઈપ કર્યો હશે ARP કમાન્ડ, તો તમને એક ARP ટેબલ બતાવશે. So that ARP table has 3 types of entries. એક છે IP એડ્રેસ, એનું કોરસ્પોન્ડિંગ હશે તમારું MAC એડ્રેસ. ઓકે, તો ARP શાના માટે યુઝ થાય? સો it will fetch you the MAC address corresponding to the IP address. તો તમારા ડિવાઇસ પર સપોઝ કોઈ રાઉટર પર જ્યારે કોઈ ડેટા આવે છે, so that data has the source IP and destination IP. Okay, now destination IP નો યુઝ કરીને suppose it has to find out the MAC address of the destinations, then it require the ARP protocol. Okay, so suppose તમારો ડેટા એકવાર નેટવર્કની અંદર આવી જાય, so within the network, if that any of the devices want to find out the MAC address of the destinations, then we require the ARP protocol. Okay. So ARP has consist of ARP request and ARP reply, so that we will see. Okay, but before that we require this topology that we need to create in the Cisco packet tracer. Okay, and then we will see that how this ARP is going to be work. Okay, so just open the Cisco packet tracer, in which you have to create the star topology. The star topology, you have to take the 4 devices. Let's say PC0, okay, PC1, PC2, and PC3. So we have the total 4 devices, and we are using one switch. We are using one switch. Okay, so that switch will be in the middle. Then we need to make the connection. So here PC0 is connected with switch 0. Okay, PC1 is connected with switch 0. Okay, PC2 is connected with switch 0, and also the PC3 is connected with switch 0. Okay, so now I can green check. Just wait a minute. Okay, so this is our PC, and here we have the connection. Okay, so this is our first PC. Just we are giving the address 192.168.10.1. Okay, બીજું છે આપણું 10.2. Okay, third one is 10.3, and the fourth one is 10.4. Okay, same type of configuration you have to do for the all the PC. So just click on the PC, go to the config, go to the IP configuration, and assign the IP addresses. Okay, so I am assigning for the first one, it is 10.1. Okay, for the second one, it is 10.2. Okay, for third one, it is 10.3, and for the fourth one, it is 10.4. Okay, now our topology is ready. We can send the data from one device to the another devices. Okay, so suppose switch પાસે કોઈ data આવે છે. Okay, and switch need to find out કે આમાંથી મારા data હવે કોને મોકલવાનો છે. So for that, just go to the simulation mode. Go to the simulation mode and click on the standard one. Okay, go to the command prompt. So this is the command prompt of 192.168.10.1. So before starting the ping, just we need to learn about the two commands. The first command is command from okay. The first command is ERP minus D. So ERP minus D is used to clear the ERP table. તમારે ERP cache ને clear કરવો હોય તો for that we have the command ERP minus D and ERP minus A. So ERP minus A is used to see the ERP table, ERP cache or ERP table ને જોવો હોય then we have the command called ERP minus A. So currently જે આપણું PC1 છે, his ERP cache is empty. The meaning is there is no mapping from IP to the MAC on PC number 1. Okay, આપણું 10.1 વાળું PC છે એમાં અત્યારે કોઈ પણ configuration નથી that can directly send the data to the any of the another devices. Okay, so for that again we need to go to the simulation mode and type ping 192.168.10.4. Okay, so here in your simulation mode you can see here that the two packets are going to be generated. One is ERP, second one is ICMP. Okay, so ICMP is used to send the data while ERP is used to find out the MAC address of 10.4. Okay, જ્યારે આપણે પહેલી વાર કોઈ પણ ડિવાઇસને પિંગ કરીએ તો at that time આપણે બે રિક્વેસ્ટ જનરેટ થાય. One is ICMP, second is ERP. ERP શેના માટે યુઝ થાય તો ડેસ્ટિનેશનનું મેક ફાઇન્ડ કરવા માટે. તો પહેલા આપણું ERP નું કામ ચાલુ થશે, ERP નું કામ પતી જાય પછી ICMP નું કામ સ્ટાર્ટ થશે. So ERP નું કામ જોવા માટે we have these three type of button. Okay, એમાંથી આનું છે બેકવર્ડનું છે, આ ફોરવર્ડનું છે અને વચ્ચેનું પ્લેનું છે. આપણે one by one step forward કરતા જઈએ. So just click on this forward button. So you can see here that it is going our ERP request. Okay, now ERP request માં આપણે content જોવું હોય so in the outbound PDU details, you can see here that our destination address is total FFFF. Okay, total F12F value check. Okay, size of MAC address is 48 bit, or we can say that 12 hexadecimal numbers. So our destination address is all F. It indicates that this ERP request is broadcast. ERP request is broadcast. The meaning is જે device પર પહોંચશે તે બધા device will broadcast this request. Okay, PC પાસે આવશે કે કોઈ પણ switch પાસે આવશે ત્યાંથી જેટલા પણ device એની સાથે connected થયેલા હોય બધા પર broadcast થવી જોઈએ. Okay, so that's why the destination address is FFF. There is no specific destinations. આપણા નેટવર્કમાં જેટલા બી device છે બધાને આ ARP request મળવી જોઈએ. Okay, the source address is this one is the MAC address of 10.1. This one is the MAC address of 10.1. So you can see here that click on this 10.1, go to the config, and you can see here that for 10.1 the MAC address is 0010.115.19B8. So that is the MAC address of 10.1, 192.168.10.1. એનું MAC address છે 0010.115.19B8. Okay, same way આપણું જે બીજું છે okay 10.4 એનું MAC છે આપણું, just wait a minute. 10.4 નું MAC છે આપણું 0001.422319224. Okay, તો આપણું 10.4 છે એનું MAC address સ્ટાર્ટ થાય છે આપણું 0001 થી, જ્યારે 10.1 નું MAC સ્ટાર્ટ થાય છે આપણું 0010 થી. Okay, so again come back to our topology, and as I have shown that જ્યારે આપણા ERP માં જોવું હોય તો in the outbound PDU details on the data link layer this Ethernet frame is created. On this Ethernet frame the source address is 0010. That is the MAC address of 10.1, while the destination address is all F. This all F indicate that this ARP request is a broadcast request. Okay, so just close it again click once on this forward button. You can see here that now this ARP request is sent to the all the devices. 10.2 ને પણ મળે છે, 10.3 ને પણ મળે છે, 10.4 ને પણ મળે છે, but કોણ accept કરે છે? Only 10.4 will accept. What's the reason? કારણ કે આપણું ડેસ્ટિનેશન IP કયું છે? તો 10.4. પિંગમાં આપણે કયું સેટ કર્યું છે? 10.4. That's why આપણને ERP રિક્વેસ્ટ કોને મળશે? ખાલી 10.4 will accept. ERP રિક્વેસ્ટ તો બધાને મળશે, but only 10.4 will accept. Okay. તો જ્યારે 10.4 accept કરે છે, at that time we will see that for the 10.4 now what is changed in the Ethernet frame. Okay. So you can see that પહેલા ડેસ્ટિનેશન એડ્રેસ કયું હતું આપણું? પહેલા ડેસ્ટિનેશન એડ્રેસ હતું આપણું FFFFF. ઓકે, એની જગ્યાએ હવે કયું થઈ ગયું છે? 0010115819B8. આ કોનું મેક છે? તો 10.1 નું. સોર્સમાં કોનું મેક આવી ગયું? 0001. તો આ મેક છે કોનું છે? તો આ છે 10.4. Okay, so by that way you can see here that now the ERP reply is going to be generated. This is known as ERP reply that consists of destination address માં કોનું હશે? મેક. destination address માં મેક હશે આપણું 10.1 નું, સોર્સમાં હશે આપણું 10.4 નું. Okay. Okay. So again we click on the forward button. Okay, so now 10.4 પાસે ARP request આવી ગઈ છે. Now 10.4 will send the ARP reply. Now ARP reply is going on. Switch 0 પાસે આવે છે. Okay. Okay, now પહેલા જે broadcast થતું એવું નહીં થશે. Now it will directly send to the 10.1. The reason is now we are knowing the MAC address of 10.1. Okay, અહીંયા ARP નું કામ પતી ગયું. Okay, ARP નું કામ પતી ગયું. So ERP has ERP આપણને શું આપ્યું? તો ERP has given the MAC address of 10.4. Okay, now 10.4 નું MAC મળી જાય. Using that we can send our data. Okay, તો ICMP જતું રહ્યું તે ફરી પાછું આવી ગયું છે. હવે જશે આપણું ICMP. ICMP is not a broadcast. એને ખબર જ છે કે ક્યાં જવાનું છે. So it will reach to the 10.4. Okay, હવે જશે આપણું ICMP reply. ફાઇનલી રિપ્લાય ને પણ એનો પાથ ખબર જ છે. સો 10.1 પાસે પહોંચી ગયું. હવે ICMP નું કામ પણ પતી ગયું. ઓકે, સો અગેન કમ બેક ટુ ધ રિયલ ટાઈમ એન્ડ જસ્ટ અગેન વી કમ બેક ટુ ધ કમાન્ડ પ્રોમ્પ્ટ. So in the command prompt you can see here that જ્યારે આપણું પિંગ પતી ગયું. ઓકે, once you can have question કે આપણનું પિંગ થાય છે ત્યારે શું થાય છે? આપણે પિંગ કરીએ કોઈ પણ વસ્તુ ત્યારે બે રિક્વેસ્ટ થાય, ERP અને ICMP. ERP થી આપણને ડેસ્ટિનેશનનું મેક મળે અને બીજી વસ્તુ ICMP થી આપણે ડેટા સેન્ડ કરીએ. ઓકે, આટલું થાય સક્સેસફુલી. then we can say that our ping request is successful. Okay, now ERP થી આપણને બીજું શું મળ્યું છે? તો just again we will type ERP -6. You can see here that પહેલા આપણને બતાવતો હતો no ARP entries found. Here it is showing that no ARP entries found, but now we have the one entry that has IP address that is 192.168.10.4 and a corresponding MAC address, the type of ARP that is dynamic. Okay, so by following this procedure, okay, 10.1 માંથી 10.4 પાસે કરીએ. Same way 10.1 માંથી 10.2 માં જાય, 10.1 માંથી 10.3 માં જાય. Okay, so by that way it is creating the multiple ERP entries. Okay, અને it is valid for some amount of time. એના પછી ફરી પાછી ક્લિયર થઈ જાય અને ફરી પાછું આપણું ERP થી રિક્વેસ્ટ સ્ટાર્ટ થાય. ઓકે, બટ જ્યાં સુધી આ એન્ટ્રી તમારા ERP કેશમાં પ્રેઝન્ટ છે ત્યાં સુધી it can directly send the data. Okay, but તમારું ERP કેશમાંથી એકવાર એન્ટ્રી નીકળી ગઈ, then again we have to start with the ERP. So that's why we require the ERP cache in which we can store our ERP entries. Okay, so just close this one and now again go back to our assignment. So in the assignment you need to examine this procedure, that how this ERP is going to be work. તો પહેલા તમારે સિસ્કો પેકેટ ટ્રેસરમાં એક ટોપોલોજી ક્રિએટ કરી દેવાની. our task is generate ERP request by pinging 10.4 from 10.1. So in the step number 1, first you have to create this topology. So this topology is created. Then આપણે ઓપન કરી છે 10.1 ની કમાન્ડ પ્રોમ્પ્ટ ઓપન કરી એમાં ERP -D થી પહેલા તો ERP ટેબલ ક્લિયર કર્યું. પછી we are gone to the simulation panel. સિમ્યુલેશન મોડમાં આપણે પિંગ કરાવ્યું છે 192.168.10.4. તો પછી આપણે જોયું કે બે PDU જનરેટ થયા. one was ERP, second one was ICMP. So that is your second screenshot. Okay, second screenshot માં તમારું કમાન્ડ પ્રોમ્પ્ટમાં ERP -D આવવું જોઈએ, પિંગ આવવું જોઈએ અને જે બે PDU જનરેટ થાય છે કે એક ERP અને ICMP. Okay, so that second screenshot will be here. Third one is એકવાર તમારે ક્લિક કરવાનું ફોરવર્ડ બટન પર તો તમારી રિક્વેસ્ટ પહોંચશે સ્વિચ 0 પર. ઓકે, અને that will be your third screenshot. સ્વિચ પાસે આવશે તો સ્વિચ will create 3 copies. એક મોકલાવશે 10.2 ને, બીજી મોકલાવશે 10.3 ને, ત્રીજી મોકલાવશે 10.4 ને. So only 10.4 will accept, બાકી બંને રિજેક્ટ કરી દેશે. Okay, so that will be your fourth screenshot. Okay, પાંચમામાં શું કરવાનું? પાંચમામાં you need to click on this 10.4 નું જે કંઈ પણ PDU છે એના પર ક્લિક કરવાનું. Go to the outbound PDU details. The outbound PDU details, you can see here that the FFF હતું આપણું, that is converted to the MAC address of 192.168.10.1. Okay, તો FFF માંથી આપણને 10.1 નું જે MAC address મળે છે, 10.1 ના MAC address માં જે કન્વર્ટ થાય છે, that will be your fifth screenshot. Okay, છઠ્ઠામાં શું થશે? Okay, finally આપણું ERP reply આવશે સ્વિચ પાસેથી અને સ્વિચ will forward that reply to the PC number 1, 10.1. Okay, so that will be your sixth screenshot. Okay, આટલું થઈ જાય પછી આપણું ICMP પેકેટ ફરી પાછું આવશે અને again you need to open the outbound PDU details of ICMP. In the ICMP you can see here that in the source MAC you have the MAC address of 10.1, destination MAC we have the MAC address of 10.4. So that is your seventh screenshot. Okay, ફરી પાછું રિયલ ટાઈમમાં આવી જાઓ તો તમારું પિંગ કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ જશે. And again go to the command prompt. Command prompt માં ફરી પાછું ટાઈપ કરો ERP -A. You can see here that one entry is going to be created. આપણે જે રીતે એન્ટ્રી જોઈ તો તે ટાઈપની એન્ટ્રી આપણી ક્રિએટ થશે. So that will be your eighth screenshot. And your final question is, in general, when does an end device issue an ERP request? Okay, so our answer is when it does not know the receiver's MAC address. Okay, the ERP request ક્યારે જનરેટ થશે? જ્યારે આપણને રિસીવરનું MAC address ખબર ના હોય તો એ ટાઈમે આપણી ERP request જનરેટ થશે. Okay, so I have uploaded, that's why I uploaded this Word file. You can directly append or insert your screenshot in this Word file. And finally you have to upload this Word file. The name of the file should be enrollment number followed by A10, that is your assignment number 10. Okay, enrollment number followed by underscore A10. Okay, enrollment number underscore A10, that should be your file name. Okay, and I have given you the 1 day time. So before tomorrow 12 o'clock we have to submit this assignment. Clear? Yes or no? ખબર પડી શું કરવાનું છે તેમાં? છે કે સુઈ ગયા બધા?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.